Greetings, fellow gladiators. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, episode 49, Trial by Blade. As you can see at the top of the screen, the leftover priority from last stream was to essentially punish these slaves that were part of the Grand Slave Rebellion. Before I do that, I want to make sure that the arena is like an arena. And I think what's going on here is there was supposed to be like a door back there that never got built. Yeah. Ghost wall and ghost doors. Yeah. I think that's it. I think it will be enclosed space. Not that it really needs to be. There's not much of a benefit for it to be an enclosed space. But I'll do it anyway. Shield, thank you for the resub. Glitch for bits, and cheers. So one thing I wanted to do, knowing that we had a Grand Slave Rebellion, is the slaves that will be fighting in the arena are going to be fighting potentially to the death and with real weapons. So Elba is going to make us some lovely gladiuses, and the intention is to have 2 gladiuses of similar qualities here, and to use them in the gladiatorial games, and just let it ride. Whatever happens, happens. That's what we're gonna do. Have you eaten? Yes. Okay. We have lots of guests here, and keeping the guests fed has been a little challenging. I think we need more, like, help, essentially. We don't have as many farm hands and cooks as we probably need. And I'll work towards further streamlining that over time. Right now, I don't think it's super important. Should be okay. Alright, so this is now a storeroom. Technically true, given the shelving. What I think I'll do is actually destroy these 2 shelves and then have just singular stockpiles for the weapons. And I am going to build a little bit more roof on here so that I can roof up where the weapons are going to be stored. Elba's in the process of making said gladiuses. And it's important to note, perhaps, that I changed some things since last stream. Meaning, we don't have cooldowns. Well, I know I'm in the way for some of it, but we don't have cooldowns for, like, gladiatorial games. So we can do gladiator duels to our heart's content. And that way we're not artificially restricted in how we police our people. So I'll put the weapons here. This is going to be weapon 1, arena weapon 1, and arena weapon 2. And once Elba manufactures like a matching set of weapons of the same quality, I don't care what quality it is. I mean, the higher, honestly, the better, if I want them to fight to the death. But a matching set of weapons, they will get to it. Fighting to the death. So it looks to me like the senators do indeed at least have some meals. I do think that, oh, that wasn't your table. That we are going to need to probably add another support slave to help with the Western Republic villa, because it is not getting maintained, right? The torches are out and the meals aren't being necessarily hauled. And some of that is just as a result of the illnesses. We had a lot of illnesses last stream, like muscle parasites and gutworms and the like. But that's only an excuse, right? I don't think that really matters to the senators that are like, hey, I'm starving here. It's like, oh, sorry, the slave had gutworms. It's like, I don't care. Get me a new one. Is exactly what they would be saying, and they would be right. So, We are definitely going to be on the lookout for them. And of course, the prisoners we have here are not for that purpose. I would like to have an impet at some point as like a dedicated hauler or cleaner as they move really fast, but none of these fit the bill. A little reminder that one is an abrasive trigger happy, missing an arm and a leg. Another is a germophobic psychopath. And then the third is a fast-walking... Actually, I think the fast-walking undergrounder, maybe we had intended to convert. Yeah, let's do that. Dedicated hauler. Seems not unreasonable. So, whatever, Sauron, your name is Vizaron. Sauron, you are going to be enslaved. And here Fowen is trying to get the lights on as much as he can. So one of the two gladiuses is done. Let me take a look at the stockpile here. So we've got a steel spatha, an excellent steel gladius. There is another steel spatha. So technically there's two steel spathas. What is their DPS? 7? And then the Gladius's DPS is 9. So we'll try for like an excellent Gladius, but if it doesn't happen, we can always use this Spathas. Because I do think it's time to punish the those that did wrong, let's say. I'm going to make an armchair, a Devil Strand one down here. Actually, so there was a YouTube comment mentioning that maybe I should have like a furniture workshop, which I think is like a relatively good idea, to build furniture in a room and then transplant it into the villas from that room. Bowen, Bud, you've got grills having it not been delivered. Elba just got an inspired tame. We do have a wild man on the map tile, do we not? Yes. Well, we can use that inspired tame on this impet. 2 impets. Better than 1. Do you have health conditions? You have an ambrosia addiction? That's probably, honestly, because that's what you've been forging. Because Randy Random, what is you doing here? Wait, what? Alright, so I remember rescuing a donkey from the caravans during the trade blockade era, but I didn't think that they would just not leave. Why isn't it left yet? Very confusing. Please go. I don't want you here. You're in my pen. You know what? Maybe I just need to force the gate open. I'll try that. Perhaps that will work. Okay. The Ghost of Covenant gifted me a Plasteel Legionnaire helmet. Plasteel, huh? What on earth is that? But, yeah, they were happy with their stay. That's good. Mr. Elba, we are waiting on your smithing. We have slaves to potentially execute, and it requires your attention. Now, maybe Fowen can handle it. I don't know. Well, we'll just keep watching. And things might have fallen behind just because he was sick. Perhaps it is not requiring a second slave. I don't know. Time will tell. Alright, we have a medical emergency for you again. I feel like I just keep feeding you, and you keep having an emergency. I don't like it. And the caravan. So, as a reminder, this is the caravan that traveled to both Seraphina Stares and also another quest site to clear it out. And they're back with all of their spoils. Now, they don't have a lot of spoils. It was mostly just like pemmican. But they proved themselves in combat. Mila did, most of all. And they're home to celebrate. So my doctoring is set to 1. I'm not really sure why these prisoners aren't being fed, but I probably at some point need to bring them to market so that it's like not a continual issue. All right, so the second gladius is only a good quality. So I will try one more gladius. And then Bebo is like, that's not your book. So that was another thing, is we earned a book from one of the last quests. And we need to set up a bookshelf. Actually, there is a bookshelf here. So Fowen needs to just drag the book in for the senators to read. The senators are essentially getting a priority for everything. Recreation, books, etc. So I've unrestricted Fowen so that he can go fetch the armchair and the book and place it where it belongs. And then I'll reset his zoning. The 3 senators, we have 3 dining room seats and 3 poker table seats. And now at least 1 book. The other thing I wanted Elba to do is to do that tame, but I think the sword's probably more important, as that is the leftover goal from last stream. Alright, Fawn. You are now the Western Villa slave, so get back to your zoning. Where are you going? Oh, who knows. Alright, the last one looks to be good quality. Okay, so a good gladius will work here. So let's do that. Good quality. Stack limit 1. Gladius. Copy. And paste. So once those gladii are moved into position, these slaves that were responsible for the attempt to escape will be entertaining us. Is that maybe the right phrasing? Alright, it is set up. So taking a look at the... Oh boy, I hope it's in the histories here. We have got a local slave rebellion, Nabla, Del, Gavros, and Lillipor. So Nabla and Del, you are going to go first. Gavros and Lillipor second. Before I do any of that, before I forget, let's use the inspired tame. No, where are you? Freaking impids and their speed. Get back here, you little crackhead. Okay. But hi, but no. You're getting arrested and put into detox at the very least. Whether they become a citizen or not, I suppose I could leave it up to you. So let's have a poll on that now. Come on. So, Jaraz. Got it. Keep as prisoner for sale, to enslave, to grant citizenship, or to execute. And here are the skills. Asceticism, shooting, melee, art, 54 years old with an ambrosia addiction, but that is it. And obviously believes in the wrong thing. So low meals and no meds. And you are set up. I think Operation We're Running Out of Wood is probably good. So let's stop the chop wood designations because we have lots now. One more. Oh, that pole's in the wrong spot. Where is this? Should it be 1 more minute on the pole? There? Oh, no, it's not even... Okay, yeah, there we go. 1 more minute on the poll. And then I'm going to have you guys vote on what the next main goal is going to be. Because we're going to need a new goal now that we're getting rid of them prisoners. We're doing something with them. Checking in on the senators, they are indeed going to require another slave. This is not the first time, it's probably not going to be the last time that that meals are not in here when they should be. Right, there's plenty of meals down here ready to go. So it is a lack of dedicated haulers for the task, which is an easy solve. We just need more hands-on. Okay, you guys are merciful today, granting citizenship to the wild man. All right, well, he has to convert first, but afterwards, citizenship. I can't have the same poll for Vazaran here, because Vazaran is unwaveringly loyal, meaning they'll never become a citizen. They're incapable of it. Dakan, thank you for the resub. It is 5 in the morning. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for people to start waking up. But I think today is the fun gladiatorial day. And the senators are now taken care of. Of course, they don't have spare meals right now. So, reminder. The first is Nabla and Del, and then Gav and Lily. So, gladiatorial games. Duelists. We are going to do Del Pierre and Nabla. That's what I said, right? I'm sleep deprived. Nabla and Del, yeah. Sleep deprived, so I have, like, terrible memory. And, we are going to use, like, a real weapon, right? And this was deemed the punishment for a slave rebellion. So everyone's going to pile in, and we'll watch them fight. Oh, where are they? Oh, here comes Darius with one. And here we go. So in terms of their pre-existing health conditions, Nabla has a bite scar. Del has a peg leg and a missing ear. In terms of their melee, Del has a slight advantage, but like, not by much. They both are pretty terrible at it. And Fowen has a slave rebellion likely, because you likely don't have a collar. Yes. The guests were amazed by my hospitality, and we already have Nabla down. A arm, a deep arm cut. Fight's over. We bring them to the closest beds. And then Gavros and Lillipor are next. Stop getting out of the beds. This was a boring gladiatorial game because it ended with just like one wound. Now there is some stuff that I could do to affect the outcomes. And I'm going to choose to try to manipulate the outcome a little bit in the next game. By hopping up both Gavros and Lillipor on pain-numbing drugs, as they will allow for a bit more fighting. So Gav and Lillipor, come report over here. Drink. Both drink tea. Both drink beer. And I'll let you have ambrosia too. New game. And as you can see, there's no like time anything. I can just keep doing them, which is good. So Gavros and Lillipor. And it's really a shame that Lillipor decided to join in the attempted escape, because I had intended to potentially grant Lillipor citizenship, but not if she is trying to rebel. So now they are high on psychite tea for reduced pain, a little drunk for reduced pain, meaning that they will fight longer before collapsing. I think in the case of Nabla was a wimp. Yeah. So Nabla just like took a dive and is not being healed, I guess. But, you know, that's what you get for taking a dive. Let's hope that this gladiator game is a little bit better. Alright, the next thing I want you guys to vote on is the next project. So you can see the list above my head, and you can vote on that while these games kick off. We can influence a new senator, improve the guest quarters, improve the crafter district, improve the citizen domuses, improve the defenses, build a guest sauna, build slave dining, or build a cemetery. I should have viewer suggestions on that list. I forgot this time. I'll include it next time. Okay, Gavros, you have lost an eye and a leg and the fight. It wasn't quite. Oh, what's you're dehydrated critically? Okay, so one of the senators is like downed. We're gonna have to fix that. I guess watching the hot games is a bit much, right? And that was a good gladiator game. Scipia is heading over to Gav to heal. You died of malnutrition. Okay, serves you right for attacking us. And Jaraz is tantruming. Well, Darius is going to put a stop to that. Bevo, go rescue our dear senator and give her some water. Jaraz just got cut to death, so this to-be citizen has died appropriately, right? You don't make a mess of our base. That's not what we allow, so. Another one dead. They were technically a faction member, sort of. So I'm going to bury them, sort of. But that's as good as it's going to get. And the senator is getting fed now by Bebo. And shouldn't be an issue. Oh, you had a crisis of faith? Good. You're also not being fed either. That's because we spent the entire day in the gladiatorial games, and as a result, no one tended to their own needs. The games take a while to kick off, I guess. I think I am going to execute Gavros. They are... yeah, they're going to get executed for losing. Whether we do that with Nabla too, depends. I could leave it up to you guys too. Is there slave collars in here? There is, but it's over there. Okay, Foen, go wear the slave collar. So Foen's suppression has been dropping regularly as a result of not having the slave collar, because Foen can't actually enter the places that the other slaves can. And your body strap is about to go bye-bye, so we might as well get you in a new body strap too. Alright, you should be good for a while now. Let's get you in the proper colors, in the Western Republic Reds. So a Iron Grand statue, I'm going to put here in my triclinium. And the uranium pillar I will put in there as well. These were quest rewards, of course. Okay. Looks like you guys want the improved crafting district. I'll add that to a goal. What to do with Gavros? Execute. Sell. Or allow to remain a slave. So Gavros was one of the losers of the gladiator games. Gavros now is down a leg and an eye. And I'll allow you guys to decide. All is left unburied. I know. I am aware, game. Things don't happen fast around here. And Tokus, I'm going to have you haul the other corpse away, because we don't have guests for you to wait on. Did you have your head eaten? Okay, that's... Who ate you? Vasuran. Okay. Creepy. Very, very creepy. Doggy dog world out there, I guess. And it seems like executing is going to be what we do to our ex-slave, Gavros. So Gavros is still guilty for 8 more hours. It's going to be cheapest to execute while he is guilty. Oh, must be a prisoner. Right. And then, of course, he wasn't the only one. So Lillipor won Lillipor's fight, and then Nabla lost. So what to do with Nabla? Nabla did not get a permanent injury. They're one of the planters and medicine. And they went down because they're a wimp. And have you guys choose. So Gavros. Wow. Yep. There we are. And what I'm hoping is that Foen is in attendance here, as that would be the most important. Did the rattling ever let me sleep last night? Not really, no. I'm a little bit of a head fog. And Echo was really bad too. Echo like woke me up multiple times. It was terrible. I'm in rough shape. All right, it was a satisfying public execution, and here's yet another grave for Gavros to be buried in. Oh, you're starving again? Fowen, what the hell? Maybe, no, there's meals down here. All right, Nabla, you haul the... Wait, why can't we haul the gourmet meals? No stack available to merge into? Oh. They aren't being hauled to this shelf, are they? All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this, like, cubby hole. Because we're not, for whatever reason, able to put multiple different meals on the same shelf. And that's been a problem. It's like mod conflict. But that might explain some of the issues that we've been having. So it's going to be like one type of thing per shelf. You hope they are both tired themselves out for tonight? The wife's back in like 3 hours, so I hope so. Although I have a babysitter like doing the napping right now, and if my kid naps poorly, it's a bad news bears for everyone. So I guess we'll see. And you guys want Nabla to remain a slave. All right. Lolopor here, you are having a hard time with food. You know what? You are going to be allowed to eat stew. Just this once. And the rug that Scipia was ordered to make just got done. And we can stick that in Serafina Stare's room. So Fowen, I'm going to have you go do that. We are definitely working out a lot of the kinks with all the mods and mod conflicts. So I think at some point, like, managing everything is going to be a lot easier once I have a full understanding of the nuances that we have to... Oh, and good! The room is now extremely impressive, which was our goal all along. So this here is going to be for the grills. And this will be for the desserts. The tea. And then on this shelf, the beer. So 10 beer. 10 tea. And Broja. Oh, simple meals. Right, the simple meals they need to eat. I might need another shelf. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so the desserts and the meals are being hauled correctly. I think the wood can just be stored, like, outside. And then inside we'll put the consumables. Because there's, like, technically a door here that keeps wild animals from eating it. So I'm going to rearrange this again. This is going to be the gourmet grills. Alright. And let's name this West Republic Grill. This here will be the West Republic desserts. This here will be the West Republic Slave meals. This is going to be simple. These simple meals, where I don't have any at the moment, but we'll get them eventually. So simple meals, and we'll put like 4 there. Important, and then this is going to be the West Republic tea. 10. Nope, 10. Oh, okay. Should type it in the future. Important for beer. And then, last but not least, the ambrosia. Wow, this, oh right, stack limit. I think I know what's going on with the stack limit. Why multiple things aren't stacking in a shelf, but whatever. I'm going to set it up this way, just because it's easier to manage anyway. I think the stack limit needs to be higher. So if I wanted, like, 3 different drugs, I would set the stack limit to 30, and then each individual drug to 10. And that would work. Well, let's try it that way. Let's try to do it properly, so that I like learn how to use the mod correctly. So this is going to be the West Republic drugs. The stack limit's going to be 30, and then the drugs that we put on it will be 10, 10, and 10. Some of this is just like a learning experience of not knowing how to run this mod properly. Okay. So, West Republic drugs should work. And then I could just put the wood back in here. Sorry about all the confusion. And we don't need a stack limit on wood. So let's see if that gets hauled the way it's supposed to. I hope it will. So I want to, let me update the priorities. Build a furniture workshop and art workshop. Those are the 2 workshops that I think our craftsman district needs. So once I sort this out, because I really want to sort this out first, because it's been like a thorn in my spine, we'll start on the workshops. And for experimental reasons, Elba, let's have you all drugs. So these shelves here are preferred. These shelves are important. And then these shelves are critical. Yeah, that looks about right. So the beer is in the right shelf. Will the tea go? Nope. There's nowhere to haul the tea. So the stack limit, it is really only allowing 1 thing per shelf. I was not hallucinating when I thought that that was the case, it seems. So this is just going to be the beer shelf. It's probably something weird about the mod. I don't really care. I'll just have more shelves. It doesn't bother me at all. This is going to be for wood, and that priority should be important as well. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 3rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscriber, and viewers like you that support the channel. and made it all the way to the credits, thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Centaurians.